Wesley, it's Grandma. Here's a video of our trip to come visit you when we went to the zoo and to the museum. We had such a good time. I hope you did too. We love you. We started our trip in Austin, Texas. Now there was trouble with the plane, so we waited around at the airport for a long time, but we finally flew into Detroit, Michigan. But it was so late we had to spend the night there. Then we got up early in the morning and flew to Syracuse, New York, and drove to see you. It was so good to see you. We checked into the hotel and then we got ready and went to a bakery in Syracuse that's kind of famous, I guess. We heard about it all the way in Texas. We bought fresh bread. There you are with Uncle Travis. This is the Columbus Baking Company. Then we drove around a little bit and went home and had dinner with your family, which was great. The next day we all went together to the MOST Museum, the Museum of Science and Technology. We had a lot of fun there. We saw things like all of these structures made of toothpicks. Really fancy. There's Uncle Travis looking at some of the things that were made there. They had a big fancy set of railroad tracks with little buildings, all little miniature buildings and trains and all kinds of fun things. And we looked at those. And then you and Grandpa had fun building things. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Y'all played with that for a while and made some really neat critters. There was a wall of butterflies. That was kind of neat. But you had the most fun at the Science Playhouse. You were just running so fast it was hard to get a picture of you. But there you are right in the middle running down the little stairs there. And here you're finally sitting and getting your shoes back on. Then we went to the Coral Reef Adventure and looked at all of the pretty fish. There's Uncle Travis being silly with the skeleton riding the bicycle. And here he's playing in the little kid area you were running around. And outside of the museum is a real train. That was neat. And there you are at the end of a long day. We went back to the hotel and hung out. There you are. You loved Uncle Travis's iPhone. You had a good time with that. It was a good night. The next day we went to the zoo. There's some pine cones you found for us. And here we are just getting started with our trip to the zoo. And we had a lot of fun going around and looking at all the animals. We saw a lot of pretty birds. Some ducks. And there were all different types of wildcats. Some of them were playful, and some of them were just sleeping in the sun, not really doing much of anything. And there were peacocks. And all kinds of critters. Here's a monkey. Some flamingos. And we had lunch. We really enjoyed lunch. We had French fries with ketchup. Yum. And then back out to the zoo. There's an elephant. There's you and Uncle Travis. And there I am with you. Sheep. Reindeer. And we found a tiger that let you walk up and pose with him because he wasn't a real tiger. And you had a lot of fun climbing around on him. Oh, I think you bumped your head. There you are with Grandpa. What next? So we climbed on rocks until we saw the sign that said, "No more climbing on rocks." We didn't realize we weren't supposed to do that. Rock climbing was just for the mountain goats. Llama, goose. We had a lot of fun. Hey, who's that penguin? There you and Grandpa are, little penguins. And there's a real penguin. And we enjoyed looking at those. We were there for a little bit. That was a lot of fun. They were just swimming and swimming. There's a goose. And that night, you went swimming. That was a lot of fun in the swimming pool. I remember that. You had the boat. You and Grandpa got in the water. And y'all played together for quite a while. Whose hands? Grandpa's hands. And you were there with the boat. It's hard to see the boat there. There's that boat. That boat was fun. There's a video here in a minute. Here we go. Wait.
If you want to stay there, that's fine.
That was a lot of fun. We definitely enjoyed the swimming pool. And finally, on our last day, we headed home. Oh, but first, while we were driving, we saw a beautiful church on a hill. So we decided to stop by, and we went inside the church. And I remember you ran and ran around in that church. You were something else. But a really nice man gave us a tour and shared a lot of info. Then we went back to Syracuse to the Most Museum for the Ocean movie. And then we stopped for lunch. That was great. You and Uncle Travis having a good time. And then we headed back home. We loaded back up in the car. And there's your house. And there you are with your leftover lunch. And that was the end of our trip. And we love you so much. It was great to see you, and we look forward to seeing you again.